Per 9000's Game Room.
Okay, so this is a game that maybe not everyone that's into the SNES will be familiar with. It's Kid Klown in Crazy Chase. It's the second title in the Kid Klown series, the first being Kid Klown in Nightmare World, which was on the NES, and I cannot really comment on whether it's a good or bad game, and if this game is a worthy successor to it or not, as I have never actually played it. The truth is, when in 1994 Kemco released this game on the SNES, I had no idea that it was a sequel. All I knew was that it was a bright, sort of childish looking game, which seemed to have a very animated style to it. The original NES game does have an interesting story to it though, which is worth sharing. The game that would come to be known as Kid Klown actually started life as a Mickey Mouse game in Japan. It was called Mickey Mouse 3 Dream Balloon, and it came out in Japan in September of 1992 for the Famicom. Due to copyright issues, this game apparently couldn't be released in other parts of the world. So rather than just shrug and accept a loss in profits, it was reskinned and turned into this title, Kid Klown, and released to the American regions for the NES in 1993. It never got an official release in Europe though, which explains why I didn't realise that this Kid Klown game on the SNES was a sequel. Okay, so now the partly relevant trivia is out of the way, onto the game itself. The game opens with a slideshow letting you know the story. Here it is in brief. Blackjack, the evil space pirate, has kidnapped Princess Honey of Clown Planet. He has decided that he will hold her hostage, and that if anyone wants to see her again, then they better give the throne over to him. Now, for some reason, the king determines that Kid Klown is the man to rescue his daughter. Kid Klown sets about doing this by accidentally, in slapstick fashion, crash landing his ship. Despite how it might look on the box or when glancing at screenshots, Crazy Chase is not your typical 2D platformer. It is instead an isometric running game. The levels have you running diagonally from the top left to the bottom right of the game screen. Blackjack, the main villain, has placed a bomb at the end of each stage, and it's your objective to reach the end before the burning fuse runs down. Okay, so this sounds easy in theory, but in practice not so much. There are all manner of things that have been placed to stop you, ranging from spikes on the ground, rocks that drop from the air, axes that appear to be tossed at you from off screen, and all kinds of other environmental hazards that alter from stage to stage. I've very much wanted to love this game. I found myself instantly falling for its visuals, the bright and colourful cartoon style, the awesome sprites, the choice of the isometric viewpoint which gives it a 3D appearance that really helps to make it visually a one-of-a-kind game on the system. Yet the fact that the characters themselves remained beautiful 2D sprites, free from the later 3D polygon horrors that we would bear witness to in the true early 3D games. You can't help but feel the level of care and attention that so obviously went into the animations and expressions of Kid Klown. They make you want to like the character, and liking him makes you want to like his game. Certain elements of this game began to remind me more and more of another game I reviewed, what seems like a lifetime ago, and that is Bubsy the Bobcat and Claw's Encounters of the Third Kind. This is mostly because of the animations that happen when you come into contact with different hazards. For example, if you get Kid to run over a bunch of spikes, then he'll hop around on one foot in pain. At first, these animated reactions come across as refreshing, and you could argue that they add more character to the game and are better than simply having your sprite flash. But just like Bubsy and his death animations, they soon start to outstay their welcome, as they do as much for breaking down the pace of the game as they do for making you like the character. The bit that grinds my gears the most when it comes to this game is not only do you have to make it to the end of the level with some health bar intact and ahead of the fuse wire, but you also have to collect 4 playing card suit icons, a heart, a diamond, a club and a spade. These are found inside balloons. Balloons I was originally avoiding, as sometimes when you pull them, you get some of your life bar refilled and sometimes you get some coins or a suit icon, but you can also get hurt by the balloons, as you'll have a balloon turn into a bowling ball that lands on you, or you'll have one lift you up into the air only to drop you on your butt, taking vital life away from you. So it's a gamble every time you grab one of them. While the controls are as simple in principle as they could be, with the D-pad controlling where you go and how quickly you do it, and pretty much every other button making you jump, it's not the easy pick up and play sort of game you'd imagine. You see, the isometric 3D appearance makes judging depth and distance a huge pain in the rear end at times. So not only does this lead to frustration as you hit bushes you're certain you should have been able to jump over, it can also make grabbing the balloons, which might contain suit icons at times, very annoying, leading to you having to play the same level again and again in a loop just to grab what you need to finish it. They should have dropped this card collecting idea, you might be thinking. But the truth is that they only made 5 stages for this game, so if you could blow through them merely by surviving, then everyone would have finished this game in their youth, long before the fish fingers and chips were on the dinner table. In conclusion, I really wanted to like this game. Not only are the graphics and sound very pleasing, it also tries something which at the time was very new and different. Many games then, and now, fall into the habit of simply copying what is currently popular, so it's always refreshing to see something a little different, to know that there are games out there that aren't just using 2 or 3 templates that are currently popular to make cookie cutter game after cookie cutter game. But unfortunately, for all this game's strengths and differences, it's just a mediocre game. I find myself having to award it the middle of the road score of 5. If you really want to play it, then you can generally find a UK cartridge for around the £8 region, which is fair, but there are better things you could spend your cash on. There's also a lot worse. Okay, this is Kerr9000 signing off saying keep on gaming. Hi, and thanks for checking out my video and making it to the end. If you'd like to subscribe, there's a little thing down there, yep, there. And you should also see some links to some other videos on the screen now. I make reviews of horror films, video games, sci-fi films and all sorts of stuff. Or you can catch me on J Arcade. Okay, take care, have a great day, bye.